Hi, welcome to this week's What's My Old BMX Worth? Week 43, Sunday the 23rd of October 2020. As we always do, we'll look at the bikes that are being sold this week, or at least the ones that I've seen. We'll also take a look at some of the bikes that are coming up for sale. Please give us a like and subscribe. So let's jump over to eBay and have a look at the sale prices for this week. We're going to go pretty quick because there's a lot to get through. First one here was the Stranger Things Mongoose. This bike ended on $765 with 10 bids. The early new school Diamondback Viper Franko design frame ended with 2 bids and sold for $200. The Redline Proline Junior from the early 2000s sold for $180. The 1980 Mongoose Motomag Team, that sold for $635. The 94 GT Dyno VFR or Nitro, that sold for $87 in the US, which is $122.50. The new old stock Floval Flyer Cruiser sold for $300 in the US or $422 Australian. The brand new Skyway TA sold for $1,205. The old school Indy 500 loop tail, that sold for $202.50. There was also a Freeagent 24-inch cruiser, fairly new school looking, sold for $305 or $429 in the US. The 95 Diamondback Viper sold for $163.50 or $230. We also had this Haro TR 2.1. It sold for $122.50. The Haro Race Lite 24-inch cruiser from the US sold for $460 or $647 Australian. The mid-school Bully Piston, that sold for $150. We also featured this mid-school RL340 Redline. That ended on $444. Last week, a GT Dyno NSX sold for $91. We also had a GT Interceptor frame and fork from the US, sold for $245 or $345 Australian. A 1985 Haro FST, that one sold in the US for $935 or $1,316 Australian. There was also this new old stock 1996 Haro Basher that sold for $2,665. An 84 Mongoose Californian sold for $1,999 US or $2,815. So that's it for all the bikes that have sold that I was keeping an eye on. Let's take a look at my watch list to see what bikes are coming up for sale. So we've got a GT Zone Complete mid 2010s by the look of it. This one is currently selling for $49. Get in quick, it's only got 4 hours to go. There's an 85 Haro Master frame and fork. This one is currently selling in the US for $900 or $1,267 Australian. Or you could grab this 85-86 Haro Sport frame and fork with handlebars and pegs. This one is currently selling for $790 or $1,112 Australian with 15 hours and 17 minutes to go. Mid-80s Diamondback Formula 1 frame and fork, currently selling in the US for $242.50. We also have this GT OS 20, don't know what year, looks like it's probably fairly recent, currently selling for $391. If you're after something a little older, there's this beautiful old GJS 20-inch frame, 82, little bit of a dad's in the garage fix, currently selling for $760 or $1,070 Australian. New school race bike, it's a Chase RSP 1.0 in the US, currently selling for $162.50. New school Haro Group 1, currently selling in the US for $56 or $78.85. Another GT Zone, same as the other one. This one doesn't have any cranks, selling in the US for $6.50 or $9.15. Got an 84 GT Cruiser. This is frame and fork only. Not sure if those are the original forks. I reckon those might not be. Is currently selling for $560 or $788.45. Has 1 day and 1 hour to go. New School We the People BMX. Currently, don't know this one's year, fairly new. Currently selling for $263. This is a 1988 Mongoose Decade. Looks like it has had a bit of paint on it and some extra decals thrown in there. Frame only. Currently selling in the US for $150 or $211 with 1 day and 15 hours to go. If only the shipping wasn't so expensive on this, I would have a crack. This is a late 90s GT Speed Series 24-inch. Currently selling for $400 US or $563 Australian. Got a Redline 600A complete. Some nice bits on there, some updated parts and switched out bits and pieces. This one is currently selling for $1,200. Has 1 day and 19 hours to go. Got a 1981 Motomag frame and fork. This one is currently selling for $208.50 or $293 Australian with 3 days and 19 hours to go. This Kuwahara Apollo ET, so this is the toy shop style bike, currently selling for $570 and it has 4 days and 3 hours to go. 98 Mongoose Expert, looks like it needs a bit of love, pretty original, which is good. Currently selling at a bargain price of $100 with 6 days and 22 hours to go. Expect that one to jump up a bit. Okay, so that's it for what you got this week. Hope you found the video useful. If you did, give us a like and subscribe to the channel and you'll get all of our videos as they drop. You'll find all our decals available on shop.rerides.com. Okay, that's it from me. See you next week.